So obviously this finale was a wild, wild ride. I want to know, what was your reaction when you read this on paper? Like, what was your reaction when you first read the script?
Well, obviously the shootout between the Feds and Fezco and Ashtray stood out. You know.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! It's a kid in there! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! It's a kid in here! Drop the knife! It's a kid in here! Please don't shoot!
It's funny. ESPN picked up and they're pretty mainstream, but this just sort of speaks to how, I guess, mainstream Euphoria has become. ESPN posted a shot of, is there any athlete as fearless as this guy? And it was a shot of Ashtray.
Little 13-year-old, yeah.
Little 13-year-old.
That's amazing. Now, when you were filming season 2, did you think that Cal would make a return by the end, especially in the finale? Because obviously, as an audience, we weren't sure.
I don't know. My contract indicated I'd make a return. I didn't know. It's a cliffhanger. I don't know. I didn't know I was getting arrested.
You didn't?
So we'll see. Cal, live and direct from Folsom County Prison.
That's the spinoff I'm hoping for. I want to know what life behind the bars is like for Cal.
Just Nate and Cal behind glass, talking to each other through a phone.
You make that joke, but I can see that scene playing out, and I feel like that would be actually some quality television, sir.
That's great, but how many episodes would I be in? We could do that for like 2.
I want to talk about that confrontation between Nate and Cal.
Nate, don't do this. I'm begging you, don't do this. You are who you are. I don't think you're ever gonna change.
What was that like for you to act opposite Jacob in those scenes?
I love acting opposite Jacob. That's my dude.
Yeah.
He and I have a pretty good connection. He's very present. Jacob's a really solid actor. He's a dynamic actor as well. But we have a solid connection, and that scene just kind of played out. It seemed effortless. I don't know what it looked like, the final product, but it seemed pretty effortless at the time. And it felt natural. It felt like this was kind of the natural evolution of how this sort of relationship between father and son would go.
What did you think of Nate and Cal and where they landed by the end of the show?
I'm glad I got to really genuinely express how I felt about my son. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and there's a ton of stuff to unpack. But at the end of the day, it's my blood. It's my son. I love him. And I got the opportunity to acknowledge that I had failed him as a father, and that I really do love him. And, that whatever's going on with him, we're going to figure out. We'll figure out. It may be figured out from the shoe program at Pelican Bay, but it's going to be figured out.
Do you think Nate did the right thing having Cal arrested?
I don't know. I don't want to be arrested, but,
right.
I think the circumstances were I think there was a lot of latitude there in the circumstances under which Cal would be arrested. Jules told him that she was 22.
Mm-hmm.
He went through the sort of protocol he goes through to make sure the person is of age and of sound mind and body.
Right.
And, she fooled him. That said, it was illegal. It is illegal and amoral and all the other stuff. So, you never want to have your son call the cops on you.
Right.
So it was kind of jarring that it came from him. But, maybe it's a statement. Maybe he's just teaching me a lesson. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he doesn't go through with it. Maybe he doesn't turn over the USB drive.
Talk to me about filming this past season. Any fun memories on being on set with your co-stars in between all these intense, dark storylines?
We're pretty mellow,
Yeah.
I work a lot with Jacob, so we just kind of kick it and talk craft and books that we've read. And if you leave your phone out, he will steal it and take selfies.
Yep.
I wish I had my phone on me. I'd show you some of the selfies he took.
So you've got a collection now?
I've got a collection of Jacob Elordi selfies in my phone.
I love it. Well, it's been quite a ride for Cal this season too. Do you have any favorite scenes or moments of getting to play him?
Oh, I loved being able to come out to my family and sort of dress them down and leave the house in a a dumpster fire of a, right?
I have raised you. I am your father. I know nothing about you. That's not true. I know that you're angry.
I mean, you dressed them down, but you also dressed yourself down, sir.
That's true. I did have the monologue with my penis out. That is true.
I mean, come on. That's the gift that keeps on giving. I feel like that scene right there. It just kept getting more wilder and wilder and wilder.
Yeah, that is a challenge for the actor.
I did want to ask you about that scene. There was a moment where Cal takes down like the family portrait right off the wall. It did look like there was a third kid in that family picture. Am I mistaken?
No, in the picture, there's a third kid.
Do we know about this third kid?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
he was a cousin. We were babysitting that day. The family shot, and we don't want to leave him out. I don't know. There's a third kid, and it's a mystery.
There's been fan theories that Elliot might be Kel's son, Dominic Fike's character. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. The age is correct.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to that kid. Maybe he was a stray we just picked up on the day. I don't know what happened to that kid.
Obviously, with Cal finally coming out to his family and himself really at the end of the season, did you think he was on the path to finding happiness? It sure looked like it, even though he was living out of a warehouse.
I don't know. If you call that gaggle of people he was hanging out with at the end happiness.
Well, he was living his truth, it was like inner happiness.
It was Cal's happiness, that's for sure. I mean, I think he probably was on the path to his happiness the second he left that house.
Right. Like it was like a weight lifted off his shoulders. The way
Absolutely.
I know you all know better than anybody that Euphoria fans have been on quite the roller coaster ride this past season. Had a lot of emotional reactions to it. You guys have been memes and been trending every week. What has it been like to see kind of that reaction from fans who have been eating this up?
I hear about it, and it's great. It's great when people watch and talk about the show you're working on. It's a luxury.
Right.
I'm not so plugged into the social media aspect of this show, so I don't see it's not in my face as much as it is probably for everybody else.
Okay. So you never saw the reactions from your flashback episode? There was another fan theory that the guy that Cal, first crushed on, which was his high school bestie, is Patrick Dempsey's character from Grey's Anatomy.
That would be strange.
It'd be a crossover I don't think we'd anticipate,
ABC and HBO having crossovers?
I mean, that'd be, I would love
to stretch. It's a stretch.
Obviously, the fact that Cal is arrested does leave things open-ended for season 3. Do you think we'll still see Cal moving forward? Have you heard anything? Have you gotten a call yet about the next season?
I don't know anything. I just let Sam do his thing, and I just kind of show up. That's sort of the protocol there.
Are you hoping we'll see more of Cal throughout all next season, though?
I'm pretty sure you'll see more of Cal throughout next season.
Okay. All right. So what direction do you think it's going?
Well, we got to find out if he's in jail first. If he's in jail, we know the direction it's going.
Okay.
But who knows? I don't know. Who knows what goes on inside the mind of Sam Levin? It's interesting. I'll tell you that. It'll be interesting.